Hello, this is Skibby, and today I'm doing an open tag from Singing Toad that I saw first from Uncommon EDC. That's about like 5 of your favorite knives, I think. And it was one per category, so there's 5 categories. They go multi-tool and then Swiss Army knife, which I always consider Swiss Army knife a multi-tool, but I can see the distinction, so I'm just taking the initial multi-tool thing to mean like plier or scissors based multi-tool, with handles. And then, so that's the first two. Then we have Traddy slip joint or Traddy knife, modern folder, and then fixed blade, and then there's a 6th like shout out item or something. Anyway, I'm late doing this one, so right now we just have our lovely AK bayonet as a backdrop. That one's not in this. So my favorite items, I don't really do multi-tools so much. I own a few of them. Let's see, I got that mini Sailor, and I've got a Leatherman Bond, and this here Leatherman Rev. And, I don't really have a favorite, but this one definitely gets used more than the other ones. Here's an Iro, my favorite gray boy cat. Yep. This one gets used the most because it has a pocket clip. That's the only reason. Just because I can clip it on the front of my bib when I've got my overalls on, and it just stays there and I know where it is. That's really the only reason. I really like my Bond and I really like the mini Sailor, but this one just gets the most use. And I don't consider this a knife. Sir, come on. Although it has a knife, that really does mostly get used as a pry bar or staple puller, which I know you shouldn't do, but you know what? It was $40. I'm really not concerned with how that goes. Moving right along. So number 1, we have multi-tool Leatherman Rev. Hooray. Number 2 is Swiss Army knife. What are you looking at, boy? Crunchy's doing weird stuff. I don't even know what he's doing. Pretty much the only Swiss Army knife that I kind of have. But I really, really like it. I spent a lot of time researching to figure out which one I would prefer. And I settled on the Victorinox Huntsman. This, of course, is in the Blade HQ special Howling Wolf edition because I really like the blue, and I put an orange toggle on it so that it's easy to find when you drop it, because blue doesn't happen very often in nature, and neither does orange so much, so should be able to find it. And Iro's trying to get in the window, but it's cold and wet outside. The reason that I like this one so much is because it's got the saw. I use the saw quite a bit. And then the cap lifter gets a lot of use, honestly. But also, it's just a really fun fidget. It's got a satisfying click, and it doesn't cut you. It's pretty nice. No, sir. You don't get to knock off your mama's stuff. Of course, the can opener is really nice. Not just to be used as a can opener. This is one of my most used Phillips heads. That little micro flat there. I do use the corkscrew quite a bit. The awl, not so much. The hook is also fun to play with. But yeah, in my opinion, the Swiss Army knife doesn't really need the knife blades. And of course, it's got 2. There's little crunches hams, little hams. Look at these taut little hams. So it's mostly, you don't get two. It's not open. It's mostly used for the other things. Oh, so plier multi-tools, the reason that I don't really carry one of these around all the time is because it's kind of heavy. This is much lighter. And most of the things that I would need pliers for is because it's slightly harder to finger tighten. But with this flathead, usually it allows for just enough relief to finger tighten plus some things, and it ends up working for most of my use cases. So that's usually why this is in the pocket more than this one. But you know, on a bib everything weighs nothing, so that's why that ends up in there. All right, slip joint. Chatty slip joint. I haven't fixed this yet, but what are you gonna do? This is the Queen Cutlery number 19 Trapper in 1095 carbon steel. The clip point blade I use for food, so it's got glorious acid patiners on there. And everybody's favorite spay blade. It's used for more outdoorsy work. Really like this one because it's red. I like red tools. And I did like their emblem, but it had a crap glue job and fell out and need to work on a replacement. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, this is really, really fun. It fits the hand real nice. And yeah, hard to go wrong with 1095. Let's see. That looks right. And this slip I made out of Chromexel horse butt strips, like this cat butt we have right here, only a horse. Silly boy. It's pretty nice. If you're a leather person, well, you already know what horse butt strips are, but for those of you that might not know, if you know what Cordovan is, this is the area right outside of the Cordovan section. So it has a lot of the properties of Cordovan, but not at the same cost or the same consistency. This one's pretty good, the thickness, but like sometimes it gets pretty thin. I don't know. It's just more interesting to work with. All right, you Iro, you little boy, I'll poke you. In terms of okay, fine, you guys win. Get your little cat butts up in the window. Both of them, you boy. Yep, now you gotta stand there all unfortunate like. Next up, modern folders. I've really been liking this Bestech Sin. I haven't been thrilled with Bestech in the past, but this one has been really amazing. It's just fun, and it fits my hand really well. It looks really mean. I really like it. Elmax steel, black micarta, although it comes across as kind of green on camera right here. What are you gonna do? Titanium bolster lock, milled clip, works really well. It's just, honey, you gotta move your butt. It's just really fun, and yeah, really like this one. Really do. That's number 4. Number 5, fixed blade. This is about my favorite fixed blade. It's the Tops Mini Scandi Knife MSK 2.5 in the Rockies edition with green micarta, actual green micarta. So, yeah, man, this just looks green, but when you get it wet and oily, it turns black. This is Scandi with micro beveling, so you know Not technically Scandi anymore, but works really, really well. 1095, got liners, you know. It's very small, hence the little tassel on the back, just to give it bonus to grippage. But really, really dexterous. I haven't compared it to the Azula. I know lots of folks like the Azula when it comes to knives this small. But we got an ulti-clip on it for pocket carry. I was actually carrying it today. Don't even notice it. It's great. It's great, great, great. Love this thing. Really, really do. And number 6, the honorable mention is something that I missed on the Spyderco second sale today. What is this? The Little Native? Lil Native. They had the Warnicliffe and this whatever, the drop point on sale today. This is, of course, is the wood model, but I really, really like the Little Native, because even though it is just you know, I can get all my hand on there, and it's just so Dickens. It's just so Dickens. If you're thinking about the Little Native, I would definitely go for it, especially if you find it on a sale or something. The Spidey hole is a little bit smaller than, like, you know, the paramilitary 2 and 3, the full-size knives, you know, but that's no problem, I don't think. But anyway, and it's just so little. It's just so little. Anyway, so there's my 5 favorite knives so far. Of course, this changes with the breeze, but you know, this is where we sit right now. And Crunchy's being a little butt face, like normal. But anyway, shout out to Singing Toad and Uncommon EDC. What 5 knives would you put in those categories? I don't know. Hit me up. We'll talk about it. Yeah. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a pretty good day and great start to December. And yeah, catch you guys later. Goodbye.